No. There we go. Why, hello. Welcome to the Plainfield Curling Club as we host USCA Curling, Women's Club Playdowns. Essentially, one of the 6 teams that is entered here will represent pretty much most of the East Coast, something in the neighborhood of around 80 clubs, in the Club Nationals. They're going to come up this spring. The voice that you hear is John Gephardt. I'm a Plainfield member here. I'm broadcasting across both sheets. I'm pretty much running the board to make sure these things, these streams work well all weekend. So, hope they've been treating you well. If you have any suggestions or observations, I'm all ears. Feel free to type it in the YouTube chat or text me directly. Expect 2 pretty good games here. Thanks for tuning in. I guess my first question from watching at home is, how is the on-ice volume? We haven't done a lot of commentating this year. We have done some streaming. I wasn't sure from my home PC if maybe the on-ice was a little low. I'll take feedback if there is any. Over on sheet 1, we have both Plainfield teams, 2 of the 3 that are competing in this competition. Team Langanki against Team Pexi. Over on sheet 2, we have Browse versus Politano. I'd love to tell you the overall records if I had them in front of me, but they're probably somewhere around the club. See if I can get those at some point. This is the 5th draw that we have. I think we are scheduled for 8 with an opportunity for 2 tiebreaker slots on Sunday if they were needed. Saturday's games will be draw 6 at 9 a.m., draw 7 at 2 p.m., and draw 8 at 7 p.m. Again, I imagine no one here really wants to play on Sunday in this rare case with curling, but the tiebreakers are available. As we enter our second end in both sheets 1 and 2. Looks like our first end result was a single point for red on both sides. Front sheet 2, we've got Jen Weir's rock underway. Jen is a former Plainfield member. Before moving a little bit south. Happy to have her back at the club here. Not used to it being so quiet at a curling club. There's probably, I don't know, maybe a dozen people here in the warm room between our various volunteers doing the timing and the officiating, as well as some friends and family. But there's not a lot of conversation. Except for me over in the corner talking to myself over in the little kiosk. On sheet 1, we're starting off with skip rocks here. Skip Janice Langenke. Imagine they're going to draw a biter here to try to protect their rock in the forefoot. Looking to set up a steal. We got a couple of rocks behind tee over on sheet 2. Looking like a pretty good house for our Yellow Hammer team here. Team Politano. But plenty of rocks over there to play. Sheet 1, they're calling it heavy. They're asking if they want to freeze. I think that's going to be pretty good. Not quite a freeze, but offers a little protection. The double's there, but will they go for it? Oh, great shot over on sheet 2. It's a little bump back. We're able to push the red back into a fourth shot. It's going to try to remove that last shot rack. Probably try to roll under the cover of that solo guard if they can manage it. If they happen to cross face and roll frozen on top of the wide right yellow, they're pretty happy with that too. And nose hit. Yellow's got a nice chance to double here on sheet 2. Could be a big end. Yellow makes all their shots. On sheet 1, looks like they're going to take off the first red skip rock, the R7. I think Janice is probably just going to put that rock back. They probably will throw a biter. Oh, on sheet 2, just papers by. That's a big opportunity for red here. They're going to put some kind of protection for their button rock. Janice has thrown her red 8 rock. Sweeper Jaspreet is trying to carve this over so it offers some form of protection. It's going to be at least half buried. I like that. Not an easy double. Looks like double is the call. We're on sheet 2. We are going to get that guard. It's going to over-curl a touch, though. I think yellow's going to be able to see this. Yeah, so over on sheet 2, yellow with hammer is going to have a nice opportunity to kind of downweight hit that red that's in the back button. And they're not even too concerned about that second red in there since it's sitting 4th shot. I think they don't want to jam on it, but not the worst thing if they do. Hammer's underway over on sheet 1. Hearn calls for hard for the sweep. I think they're just going to get the top one. They're going to roll off. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have another steal of 1 for red. Over on sheet 1. Big rock on sheet 2 here. If they can pick this out, they might be setting up to take a bunch. You don't need a lot of weight over on sheet 2 here. Back 8, back line, hack. Take your pick, whatever you think the line's doing. Sweepers are on it. Oh, trying to carve this. No, hold it straight. A little jam on the red. Not as far back as they wanted it, but a good sweep. Watching the action here on sheet 2. Couple of options here for the outcome. You know, you hit the crotch, you're going to send that yellow into your red in the back 4. But then it's going to jam on that yellow pretty nicely. And I think they really just want to take shot rock off and roll over. And we're going to get to see some. Oh, that's a great shot. So on sheet 2, that great house that was developing here in the second end for the yellow hammer team, Politano, it's been disrupted quite a bit by red. They're going to settle for 1. A little hit and roll under to the button. They might also be drawing down a shot rock with this broom, but this can be a tough line on sheet 2 some nights. Up weight might be the better call. Let's see what they like. Sheet 1, I think we were trying to draw under, but it's just a little bit down. We're going to get a guard out of it. Not really helping them. Janice is going to be happy to increase the width of that guard pile. Let's watch our hammer on sheet 2 here. Again, a furious sweep. They're going to remove it, probably give up 1. Great sweep, though. So on both sheets, our red teams, Browse and Langenki, able to manage a steal of 1. But it's early. We are playing 8 end games here. There will be a break in the 4th end of, I think, 5 minutes. Both teams do get a timeout. And I think is something like 60 seconds with a 15-second allotment for walking or something to that effect. And if memory serves, I think you get a minute between ends. So you'll see the teams like over on sheet 2 kind of team up, discuss strategy, give a couple fist bumps, let's go. It's nice to have that time to settle down. On sheet 1, we got a nose hit right on center line. I think it's going to be a game of who can roll over behind those 2 guards first. Although it's still going to be open even with a roll. I think red. I think Genki's going to be happy to just remove this stone, even if they roll out. And our opening rock is underway over on sheet 2 here. For Browse. Looking for that center guard. Her sweeper just yell out nice guard. Oh, might drift in. I did hear that our previous draw at 2 o'clock, the ice was pretty quick based on some of the split times that were shared my way. Our ice has been playing pretty cleanly, no big ridges or falls or anything like that lately. We'll hit and roll off on sheet 2. Look at this. Over on sheet 1, someone's actually using the corner guards. Will it pay off for him, Cotton? I'm admittedly not a fan of corner guard play in club level curling. I feel like you can accidentally throw it and clog your own forefoot with that first rock at the end far too often. And that in general, when people do set it, they tend not to use it. Just my observation over 2 years of playing, with a dedication towards looking for those situations. Your mileage may vary. On sheet 1, great shot. Nice hit, little subtle roll. Challenging your opponent there with yellow to come pick you off or come sit on it. Open house on sheet 2. Yellow sweepers are going to carry this into the house, get a little biter out of it. See if red wants to chase. Debate that I hear there is, do you want to draw under, do you want to hit? Sounds like they settled on drawing under. Jen Weir sets up to deliver her stone. She won. That was a nice draw. They got what they asked for. Down to the red. They are given the opportunity for red to go ahead and freeze right on the pin there, or at least top button. Janice and Jaspreet having a conversation of, do you want to try to hit this? It's probably going to jam, but they eventually land on, you know what? Let's just kind of freeze between those yellows as long as we get a rock on top of one of them. It's a pretty good outcome. Shrinks the rings quite a bit. Jaspreet's rock is underway on sheet 1. Sheet 2, that forefoot's starting to look a little clogged. Good for Browse. Bit heavy over on sheet 1. And it goes behind T and mostly out of the way here. Be interesting to see if either of those back 12-foot reds over on sheet 1 end up counting in any fashion in the way this end gets scored. I'm going to bet no right now. Sheet 2, it looks like we had a guard crash, so kind of widens those guards a bit, but they're all at the same level, so it's kind of going to be a race to see who can sneak into that protected side of the forefoot. I know Jen would love to here. Skip steps aside, which usually tells us this is a little bit big. Line was good, though. On sheet one, we got a pretty nice looking top 12-foot centerline guard. Janice is thinking, you know what? I'd like to see that gone to kind of increase my chances here. It's Jaspreet to throw it. Oh, really good double. Great shot, great outcome. Big sweep on sheet two. We're going to get another guard rack, but it's going to widen it out, which is going to make getting to that back red a little bit easier. Red would still have the steal here on sheet two, so they're just going to play something center line-ish. Like a 3-4. We're up to skip stones over on sheet one. Heavy. Sweepers are asking if they want to go to the red, but I think it's going to be in the yellow. Pretty decent shot. I mean, it's open. But your opponent only has 2 stones over on sheet one, so what does Janice want to do here? She can get back to nose. She can probably double those out. Maybe she bumps her red in the 8-foot back a bit, but that's pretty acceptable. We're on sheet two. It looks like that red biter they were asking for drifted a little bit into the house. It's nice protection for their back 8. It's not easy the way this line's been curling. Yellow's going to go ahead and attack, though. They can see it. They might not be able to see it again, so it's a good strategy. Carving it over. You get good contact. Great shot. Nice double. Oh, look at that roll. I'm scoring that a 4 if I was scoring it. Terrific shot. For yellow over on sheet 2. Politano. Yeah, yellow's sitting really well on sheet 2 because, you know, Browse just asked her team, you know, do you want to deal? I'm thinking we might have to deal with these biters, but that red guard kind of makes attacking those yellow biters not easy. So she's instead going to opt to freeze down on top of that yellow. Hard sweep is being asked for. They're going to be on top of these guard. Oh, it's going to close it off even more. I like this call for yellow on sheet 2. They were asking, you know, do you want to be a biter right center line and kind of close the door on this, or do you want to go under? The call's under, but, you know, if you're a little short, it's pretty acceptable. Love to just have a biter, you know, at minimum. Still plenty of rocks, though. You don't want to be back house here with this shot, though. Back behind tee. Top 8's being called by the sweepers, so they like it. Line looks really nice. This looks great. A little deep. Pretty great, though. I like it. Browse is down to her 2 skip rocks, so she, of course, is going to come sit on the last yellow rock thrown here in sheet 2. On sheet 1, we got 5 rocks behind tee with our last red stone. As Janice kind of debates all the small contact they might get and what angles are preferable. Facing that broom, I think she's throwing a hit, not a freeze. They might try to get that the crotch in sheet 1 there, but it might be risky. I wouldn't mind just hitting the cross and face a little bit and kind of rolling on top of the right yellow. Over on sheet 2, we've got our first red skip rock from the steel team, looking really nice. Oh, excellent sweep. Really good shot. Y'all had a great house going, but now how the heck do you get that red out is the question they're asking themselves. I mean, you probably, I don't mind the bump. I think you can cross face, given the way this is curling. Let's see what they choose. Over on sheet 1, it looks like the red 8 was somewhat effective. They're sitting second shot. Yellow could really go for 4 here if they're able to bump this red back with weight. They don't have to bump it far, too. I mean, they can get a straightforward 3 just pushing that redstone back, I don't know, 6-9 inches. I like the broom they're giving over on sheet 1. You know, broom it for just taking a clean 2, but if it happens to be perfect onto that red, take it. On sheet 2, I think they're trying to just unlock these. They'd love to cross face. Let's see if they get it. Weight's pretty down. By the guard. Oh. Over on sheet 1, that draw attempt was a little down weight. They crashed on the guard. So we're going to see yellow take 1. Pretty tight game. Red's got to be relieved with the outcome on sheet 2 here. They're just going to clog the top of this house, I'm guessing. They'd love to steal another single point there. The question is, if they leave a lane to see that redstone at the end of this, could yellow throw a ton of weight? Chip off that red? No, that's nice and closed. So, if you're yellow, you just go for 1 with the open draw. You bump back your newly placed rock in the top 12. Is there a way to run that the top 12 center yellow on sheet 2 here into that red somehow? Possibly. I think it'd be worth going for it. I mean, you could score potentially like 3 or 4. Looks like a tap up on their yellow 7. It's always fun when you get these ends with a lot to think about. Over on sheet 1. Again, that yellow hammer was just a little bit light, crashing the guard. Yellow took 1, but they were already sitting. As they throw them back to the warm room ahead of the 5-minute break. Hammer's underway on sheet 2. I think they are going for the promote on that center yellow. I don't think it's going to be the angle they need. Pretty good try. Again, that red 7 was super well swept into that freeze position there. I think the linchpin of that end really was that yellow 6 just happened to go a little bit deeper than they wanted. They wanted that to be top 8. Once they put that down to the tee line, it really became viable for red to come down and freeze on it. High value. But again, you gotta have great sweeping, and that's what they got. On sheet 1, we're going to see a center guard. Not sure if that was the call. You don't always want to block your own forefoot, but might have been a call for a tight guard. And for the second time today, I've actually seen a no-tick rule where go into effect, where a rock has to be replaced back on the center line. I think I've only seen that twice this year in person, and then twice on video here. I wonder how that's playing out at club level, at clubs across the country where that was opted to be in effect. We do play that rule in our competitive league here on Monday nights. But I haven't really seen it matter yet. I have never actually seen the little blue triangle come into play in person. But I'm sure now that I said that, that'll happen soon enough. Hello and welcome to our 21 viewers that we're up to here between our two sheets. Again, hi, I'm John, a member here at Plainfield Curling Club, and you can hear my voice on both sheets. So I'll try to note which sheet I'm talking about. I think over on sheet 1, we're just going to see who can draw behind that center guard first. Sheet 2, I think we're just going to see an array of nose hits or slight rolls. Let's see which team misses first, or not at all. Nice opportunity on sheet 1 here. The red 3 from Jaspreet to get a roll underneath. Big motions from Janice for sweeping. Little outside roll. Is it going to stick? Not quite. But it's not in the way. Our hit fest continues here in the 4th end over on sheet 2. With Politano attacking attacking the only red rock in play. Gonna get a piece. Oh, just pushing it back to center. Okay, so let's see. You're the steal team. Sheet 2. What are you gonna do? I think you're gonna guard it. Okay. We're gonna leave it open. We're just gonna put a second one in the house. I like that too. Got a nice lead going. Apply a little bit of extra pressure. Browse looking extra relaxed with a little tilted lean. Well, since this is not going to guard their shot rock, they do definitely want this in over on sheet 2. Furiously swept. Can they get it on? They got it on, I think. Yep. Great sweep. Nicely done. Pretty much exactly what she asked for. Sheet 1 is just going to slow down and stick. I don't think it's going to find that yellow. We're going to see that go through. 2. We're going to say hit. It's going to stick around. Who's going to be shot at the end of this? It was close. Yellow. Red sheet 2. Red is opting to draw under instead of hitting that yellow shot rock. Again, though, they're the only ones taking an end so far, so you kind of know that you're in your opponent's head a little bit. You put another rock in, you might force the other skip to do something that wouldn't be their primary shot. Well swept. Can they bury this? Oh, they were on it for straight. Definitely see some of this, but it's going to be a double either way is the call. Nice shot here on sheet 1 for the hit. I think that one will stick for him. Maybe? Yep. Oh, it sticks behind that that other red on sheet 1. So they're actually going to get value out of it after all. You gotta love that. That's your hammer. Going for the double here on sheet 2. It's pretty nice. It's going to roll to the back at least. So now is red on sheet 2 going to attack that second yellow, or are they going to put another one in? Let's see, what do they like? I like hitting it. Can't score what's not there. And you got a nice roll opportunity from the angles right now. Team's saying they like the hit. I agree with them. Sheet 1, they're just going to draw under. It's a nice center guard. They should. So nice hit on sheet 2. That's the safe move, you know. You can't score what's not there. It's not your hammer. You got a nice lead. I like taking one of my opponent's rocks off. And sheet 1, they got the draw weight really well, but not quite the line they were hoping for. That's going to stick out almost entirely. Jaspreet yells down to let her skip know she can see 3/4 from the hack. Nice hit here on sheet 2. Little nose hit. And we're going to see the same. We are. Both of our sheets right now, we're going to see a red rock being thrown as a hit. Let's see who throws first. Sheet 2 is going to throw first. They'd love a little inside roll here under the 4-foot line. Oh, that's curling a lot. Great shot. Oh, nice roll, too, on sheet 2. Are we going to see a double in sheet 1, maybe? Not quite, but good sweep. I'm not too mad at that. It's going to be hard to cross face and stay under over there on sheet 1. I mean, if you throw a ton of weight on sheet 1, Linda could get a very cheeky double all the way across to that red biter on the far side. I don't think that's the call, though. I think she'd love to hit and roll underneath onto center line there. Nose is fine, too, though. Well, you don't want to jam, but as long as you get that red out of there. On sheet 2, we've got our yellow 6 underway. They're just coming inside out. They want to try to find that red rock. Sweep's nice. Are they going to carve this late? Are they going to carve it? I like it. I think it's a good decision not to carve it. It probably wouldn't have gotten that far over. Let's leave it high for the jam. Good call. I missed it on sheet 1, but I don't see any changes, so I'm thinking that that flashed. So we're going to see a hammer underway here on sheet 1. They'd love to just get back and kind of bump that back yellow out. That way they can count their little middling biter way over there on the wings. Go up with a nice lead. Just got to make sure that your sweeper and your vise are talking the whole way down so they can make sure they find that yellow. We're on sheet 2. I missed the call. Are they trying to draw under this pile in the 4-foot? Or are they trying to just get on top of this yellow? They might be trying to draw under it. Yeah, based on where the vise is standing, I think they're trying to impact that yellow in some fashion. Maybe just to unlock it a bit. Get a piece. Yeah, they got part of what they wanted, but I think they just really cemented that yellow on a even better. If you're yellow, over on sheet 2. I think shot call here is just going to be to take this out and roll in one direction or the other. I kind of like yellow's decision to roll open on sheet 2. You'd be tempted to roll underneath the pile, but if red then draws down top of you, it's going to make your hammer really hard. So I like the roll open. Really, you could roll almost anywhere and hope the red team goes for it and misses, and then you could just kind of drive onto your own yellow, maybe take 4 over on sheet 2. We're into our break over on sheet 1. Let me go back in time and see what that outcome was. Looks like they just... Oh, painful. They didn't quite get enough of it. Big sweeps on sheet 2. They really didn't want to unlock their one yellow, I don't think. So yeah, if you're red on sheet 2, I think you're just going to throw a little downweight hit and try to come to nose on that yellow that's in the 4-foot. Let's see what weight they choose. Jam doesn't really matter. Or the jam to the back one doesn't matter. You don't want to jam onto the one in the 8-foot. That's your red here. This broom looks pretty good. Again, they've been seeing the ice a lot more than me. Every broom looks good when you're, you're always right when you're just watching it on the video here. Fourth end hammer underway on sheet 2. Again, they're trying to just get to nose of this yellow, extend their lead into the break. Got a piece of it. Oh, good shot. Actually, was that little rollover enough to give them 2? Was the bump on that yellow enough? Oh, that wasn't hammer. I'm wrong. So that changes it. Helps if I paid attention to that. Forget everything I said in the last minute about sheet 2. This would be a hard double to keep your shooter. I think you could do it. But if yellow already thinks that they are, well, yeah, I don't know. It really depends on what yellow thinks they're sitting right now. Are we going to try this double? I'm just going for 1, maybe 2. I'd go for 1, maybe 2, because it's way safer. Sitting on the scoreboard. Good shot. So, let's see what the Vices say about who's sitting second shot right now. Yep, got a kick away. Let's see what they head down and hang. I'm guessing that's 2 yellow, the way that red rock was kicked. That's entirely on body language. It was 2. Thank you. I think we need some water on sheet 2. It's being brought in. Our action is back underway on sheet 1. We got a tight game. Hopefully they hang the 4th. But I think yellow took 1. I think we're looking at a tie ball game here on sheet 1. Again, these are 8-end games on both sheets. Our game of sheet 2, Browse versus Politano. Browse is up by 1. They're the Red Stones at the half. They'll probably be getting underway another 3 minutes or so. Got a little mop. We've got our head ice maker, Kevin Polly, out there. Tight 3 guard on sheet 1 for the opening stone is the call. Looks big. I think is that in? It's in. Gotta love all the little mannerisms from curlers. You get the bowling lean. Some people kind of lift the foot, hoping something will slow down or speed up. So our guard has drifted in over on sheet 1 from Langanki. Team Caribia says not in our house. Let's go ahead and hit that. They'd love to roll wide. They want to keep all of the action out to the wings. Apologize for having that wrong too. It looks like we've got a 2-point game. Oh, that's right. In the previous end, red was trying to attack that back yellow in the back 12 and just barely missed. They did take 1. So we've got a flash to open from Team Caribia over on sheet 1. This gives the steel team some real options. I think they're just going to opt to protect their treasure here. Going for a freeze? I think so. You don't want them next to each other. That's not the greatest outcome. I think if I'm Linda on sheet 1, it's early. I'll pick the side I trust more, and I'm going to try to hit it in the center between those 2 reds. I haven't seen a lot of those made tonight, though, on our 2 sheets. So if I was a gambling man, I would assume that maybe they only get 1 of them. Kathy's rock is underway. Looks like we're going to get the 1. Over on sheet 2, I'll remind you that we are within our 5-minute mid-game break of our 8-end game. It should be getting started soon. I'll let you know. Take a look at see if there's any YouTube comments. Probably not. Yeah, we have a good 20 people between our sheets, though, enjoying the games tonight. We've got a never call from Janice over on sheet 1 for this hit on the yellow, which is Jaspreet able to cut this over. Good effort. And to ask if they want to hit, I think the answer for me would definitely be yes. It's my house. Not going to let that red just sit there. Yeah, Captain is adamant. You want me to take that out, right? That's what she wants to do. I agree. Might be a touch wide. I think they're still going to come back and get the red, a little of it. Might lose a shooter. Let's see how much this line is curling. Sweepers are off. Yep, exactly that. Red is going to stick around. No, I think she got that off. Well done. Janice is definitely going to have Jaspreet take this yellow rock out on sheet 1. We are underway here on sheet 2 with our opening rock from Team Browse. Nope, sorry, from Politano. Sheet 1 has some yeses and some nos, which usually tell you the shot is made. I know when I'm sweeping heads down, I'm usually lead on the rock, and I'm a plow sweeper, so I love hearing yeses and nos. Nice center guard here from Politano on sheet 2 to open us up here in the 5th, going away from the glass. Our hit game on the single rock in the house continues on sheet 1. Looks pretty good. Good shot. Nice roll back to center here, too. Covering the pin. Great. Skip's sharing some smiles after that roll back over to the pin. Janice is going to go ahead and attack this and hope that she can roll out to the wings again. When you have hammer, you usually want your stuff to be nice and wide. Keep the action wide. That means your hammer is going to have a path at the end of this. In your steel team, you're going to want the opposite. Nice hit. Is this roll going to stick around? Not quite. I'd have to review the scoring rules if that's a 2 or a 3. I know someone that would know. Don Arsenal, if you have a rock sitting on the pin and you want to roll out to the wings, you get the hit, but it rolls out of the house. Is that a 2 or a 3? Yep, you'd love to roll to the wing, but you roll all the way out. That's definitely not a 3. We'll call that a 2. Thank you. From sheet 1, we draw, went a little big. They would have loved to use that red that's sitting out in the no woman's land there, but a little bit hot for that. 2 center guards that both teams are going to fight behind here. In sheet 1, sweeper's got it by. It's not too heavy. It's going to sit like back 4, back 8. It's not bad. Especially if I'm the steel team. Happy to be back there. Sheet 2, we're going to have a little chase here. Find that single rock in the house. We almost had another pin draw over on sheet 1 from our steel team. It's over curled a bit over on sheet 2, so unfortunately for the hammer team, that's going to widen the guard zone. You can probably see all the yellow. Let's see what yellow wants to do. I like this call. Call for top 8 under. I think over on sheet 2, I'd love to be just fully buried right on the center, but even if it over curls a little bit and kind of half covers my rock in the back 8, that's also pretty nice. A lot of good outcomes here for yellow. Yeah, we're in sheet 2. I heard it has to curl a lot, and that's what I'm seeing too. Looks like it's going to be pretty deep. No, that's good. Oh, really checked up. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Let's see if my opponent chases. So over on sheet 2, are we going to see a slash double? Or are we just going to see a hit and across the face kind of roll under a little bit? Probably the latter. Seems more value in the latter there. Good control down. Over on sheet 1, I'm looking at the action, and we've got rocks sitting on the button again. As we just trade hits back and forth. Slash. I don't know if that was a call, but they definitely got a bunch of it. Great audible if it wasn't. I like the thought process on sheet 2 from Politano. I mean, classically, you just go, yeah, let's just put it under, you know, top 8, top 4. But she said, you know, if you're a little short, it's not the worst thing. Since we also kind of shut the house down a little bit. Anna calls a 3 over on sheet 2. They buy. Nice read. Great finish. Oh, really good job from the sweepers on that one. Great read. Good instinct. Good bury. That's starting to get in a little bit of trouble. They're making the safe call that you don't always see, which I like. They're going to go ahead and remove their guards. I'll have to clear both of them. A bunch of jams all over the place, depending on where this hits. Primary would be removing the guards. At least just cleaning up the center line a little bit. Just the 1. Keep the shooter rolled out. Good sweep. Good awareness. All right. Yellow says, well, if you hated the guards, you should probably replace it. I mean, really, even if yellow kind of drifts in, biter center line, top 12, it's really great too. This whole line's pretty good for them. I mean, even a bump would be fine. They're trying to steal, so they're unlikely to score the wing rocks per se. They're going to get it by her. Oh, it's pretty nice. I like that. I think red's definitely going to clear. Yeah, I like this, because you can hit this in a lot of different places on contact and jam into 3 different yellows here on sheet 2. Maybe even 4. I don't know. Is there a path to also hit that 1 in the back? Maybe. Tough part's committing to 1. Usually you say you get 50-50, but in this case you get thirded. Ooh, really moved. Pretty great out. Man, I like the drag effect. But it also pushes that yellow into the 4-foot. I think if I'm yellow, maybe do I just assume that you're definitely going to drive out that yellow rock sitting second shot? Do I just protect my other one? I mean, you're on Skip's rocks. I wouldn't mind something in like the the 4-foot kind of protecting shot rock right now. Just kind of assume you're going to lose the other one. I don't think they're doing that, though. I think they might be trying to just throw like a general center guard. Yeah, I feel like it's just going to be really hard to adequately protect your second yellow, your yellow sitting second shot on sheet 2. Front sheet 1. There's a lot of sound and fury. When a single rock hits in the house, the outcome is that yellow takes 1 with hammer. Keeps the scoreboard nice and close. Pretty tight score in both these games. Wait, looks good. Actually, another decent outcome on sheet 2 would be just unlocking that red-yellow freeze a little bit, if it's what they happen to get. It's a good outcome. Needs to stop is what the sweep call is. And it's back there. Okay. It's not bad. What does red want to do here? So to start, red is going to double this out. Or they're going to roll under. I don't think you want to roll under, though, if you're red. Because then you just make removing that frozen red-yellow harder on yourself. And it's your hammer. I think rolling out a touch is decent here. Let's see what they like. Let's see what they get. Got rocks drifting the house there on sheet 1, so we might see more of the same like we saw in the 5th end. As soon as I say that, the other team decides to draw behind it instead of attacking. Big rock on sheet 2. It's really going to swing the end one way or the other. Red 7. It's okay, but you really wanted to keep the shooter there, I think, just somewhere in the 8-foot, so that roll doesn't help him much. I like this call from yellow now. Anything center line is nice for them as long as it provides a little bit of protection. I guess there might be some kind of, there's probably some kind of drag effect there if red's able to get a good look with hammer on sheet 2. You could probably drag effect and take both those yellow 4-foot rocks out, but something tells me yellow is going to try to prevent the good side of that drag effect. Let's see. I mean, even if yellow just puts another rock on the 4-foot. A lot of nevers. I think they're worried about it over curling. That's why they're staying off. No, they're going to have a good finish. I think they threw that really well. I like this a lot. Good shot. It's nice. I mean, you're kind of daring red now, right? You're like, well, do you want to try the drag effect? You might miss. Or do you want to just do the open draw to the back one? Take your pick. Neither's easy. Yeah, great rock from red or from yellow there with the yellow 8 on sheet 2. So we're going to see the drag effect here. And actually, this is the right call on sheet 2. That's the way the red takes 2. Sorry. It's funny, I've been playing for a long time, but I think the mental math is that you just pretend that the high one isn't there. And you think about what angle you would hit the attached rock. So I think that they want to hit it on the outside. This would be a really nice shot if they make it. Good shot. Great shot. That is some clubs play down curling from both sides on that end. Pretty efficient hammer on sheet 2 from red there. They get a little bit of drag effect. They're able to double both those yellows out of the forefoot, and they stack 2 more points on the board to go up 5-2 in favor of Browse over Politano as we enter our 6th end on sheet 2. My eye's been over on sheet 2 because that's where all the neat little curling minutia's been. Looking back over at sheet 1, again, we've got a really tight game. Cat Moore is going to throw a hit at this red rock. See, the sweepers are on it. Looks pretty good. Are they going to keep the shooter? Yeah, they will. Good shot. And sitting shot. It's red hammer over on sheet 1, so they're not going to let that yellow rock sit there. And they're a pretty good hitting team, I'd say. I mean, they're probably all types, draws, guards, etc., but they're not going to shy away from this hit. Jaspreet saying it's fine. Nose-ish. Linda's going to take this out. Everyone's trying to roll back over under that cover on sheet 1. Sheet 2, we have our red rock underway. They're calling for a classic center guard. Oh, now people are coming. I see we're up to 28 viewers. Hello, everyone. Again, hey, this is John Gephardt, Plainfield Curling Club. You can hear my voice on both sheets the way we have things wired up. And I will try to distinguish which one I'm talking about. Sheet 1, we got a nose hit, but it did roll out, so it's not going to be sitting shot. So I think Janice is still going to attack it and roll under. Is she going to decide to draw? She could really do either. If you did just tune in, you should probably juggle back and watch sheet 2, the end of that 5th end, the last couple of rocks. Pretty fun to watch. Really great hammer. Sheet 2, let's see, are we going to see a hit or a freeze? Probably like to just remove this, considering they're up by 3 in the 6th. Over on sheet 1, we got that hit, but again, not really an inside roll. I think yellow is actually sitting second shot right now. Skip Linda Caribia is debating whether or not she wants to hit her own yellow into that red. I mean, I really like this shot. Usually when you run this, because you can end up with both a good shot rock and like the 8 or the 4 foot from the drag effect, and you can also have your shooter naturally come over to cover it. But they're opting that to be a little riskier than the draw on sheet 1, so they're going to go ahead and just throw that draw as the steel team. Over on sheet 2, it looks like a red rock was a little short. I was probably trying to put another one on. Are they by this guard? Are they by? Not quite. Roll in the house, though. In sheet 2, what is red going to like here? They're going to get rid of this yellow. They're going to try double. I think so. Decent draw over on sheet 1. The weight was perfect, but they didn't get quite behind the guards there. So Jaspreet with Team Langanki and the red rock is going to try to just chip off that shot rock on sheet 1. Sheet 2, they were going for a double. It looks like it over-curled a bunch. Oh, they couldn't quite get the chip. Nice hit and roll off on sheet 1 there with the red 6. Skip rocks over on sheet 1. They are sitting, I think, second shot right now. I'm not sure what this call is on sheet 1. Maybe they are going for that, raising their own yellow into the red at this point. Again, I usually like the outcome of this shot because it does often naturally kind of leave you a guard and a buried rock. Let's see. Sheet 2, they were coming underneath. They were a little heavy. Caught their own. Kind of made a pocket, but... Fun rock on sheet 1. I feel like that's narrow. I'm guessing. I don't know how much this line moves. Or wide, I'm sorry, yeah, that's what I meant in my head. So yeah, they are going to flash that, unfortunately. Oh, interesting outcome on sheet 2. Both teams have now chipped a guard. So yellow's going to, over here on sheet 2, they're going to chip out this red rock. There are some jams here, but it's not the end of the world if they jam. Be nice for them if they can get rid of this, though. That way they don't have to worry about it later with the skip rocks, any promotes or anything. I like this. Good shot. Nice chip. It was a shooter, but, you know, getting that tricky red rock out of the way now is a good thing. Is red going to hit and flop? Or are they going to try to draw down on top? This looks like a broom for a drawdown. I don't mind either call from red on sheet 2 if it was a hit or if it was a freeze. Either way, you're up by 3. You know, you're moving our opponent's rock that they can't score with hammer is good. Also having something in there that's a little bit more secure than your opponent having 3 alone. It's also good. They're opting for the latter. Needs to carve over. Oh, good shot. Quite frozen. I think it's definitely chippable. They'll probably go for it. Sheet 1, this is looking nice, but it's going to be wide, so they're not going to bother to try to carve that in. I think it's the right call. Good bit of discussion here in sheet 2. And sweepers want to know the full call. You know, are we crossing face here? Are we okay with losing our back yellow? Depends on the weight that they're asking for. Okay, so they're kind of throwing a heavy draw over on sheet 2 at this. Looks good. A little bit of carve. Across the face. Across the face. Not exactly what they wanted, but they did unlock it a bit. I think red's just going to sit on top. Yeah. That's a great way to protect your lead at this point. On sheet 1, I think this yellow 8 was thrown wide from Linda. No, oh man, that found something. It worked out well. On sheet 1, they got the red fully out, but they left this open. I think it's going to be a straightforward chance for taking 2. I think we established a while ago that the yellow shot is currently sitting 3 in the 12-foot. But I don't know from the camera. We'll see. Red made a really nice shot on sheet 2 here. They were trying to kind of freeze down on top of that yellow rock that was sitting on the tee line. They got pretty close. Yellow's got a chance to clear both reds out here on sheet 2. It should be a cool rock to watch. bunch of weight. Carve. Ooh. They almost got that double, but. All right, red says more of the same. Hope to come down and just kind of freeze. At least put myself in a good jam. Over on sheet 1, looks like they made the hit. They're at least sitting 2. I think the device is predetermined who was sitting third shot a long time ago. Bet you the score there on sheet 1 is just 2 red. Let's see what they hang. I wonder if Jasper Eats pointing out the location of the pin. Be interesting sometimes. I've certainly done that advice, just observed, early in the game that one of the pins is a good half-inch one direction. You kind of squirrel that away in your mind just in case it comes up for a measure. Occasionally it works out in your favor. Red on sheet 2 is going for this freeze. I think they want to keep these sweepers on it the whole way. I think they want to stay on. It's pretty good. Oh, great read. Nice shot. Not sitting shot, but... Well, no, I guess... Yeah, yellow still has the same opportunity that they did last time. I mean, the real question is there a triple here on sheet 2? Timeout. I like the timeout on sheet 2. I think there is a chance for a triple. I mean, my guess would be 8 to 10 seconds, but up to you guys. Got a really great crew of volunteer timekeepers and our head umpire, Alan. When they called that timeout, one of our PCs froze up with the timer. Kind of went to screensaver, but they're making the adjustments and giving a little bit of time back. Looks pretty reasonable. Yeah, I think this is a great use of the timeout here by Politano on sheet 2. I think the triple's there. I mean, you still love the double. Let's see. Anybody want to weigh in the comments? Do you think the triple's there or not? Anybody gonna go for it? We got 18 people watching on sheet 2 right now. Over on sheet 1, it's what we assumed. Device is predetermined that who was sitting third shot a while ago, and it was red, Lengenki, taking 2. So they are going to carry a 5-2 lead on sheet 1 over Karubia. Do our 7th end. Oh, this is going to be really exciting on sheet 2 here. I mean, there's still 3 rocks left, so this won't necessarily decide it, but... Trying to think of what all the different contact points, if this hits on the inside of the red versus the outside of the red versus nose of the red. I think it's all pretty good for yellow. Oh, maybe they didn't choose to hit at all. Oh, they didn't. They're just going to go ahead and freeze. Interesting. So if I'm red right now on sheet 2, it's my red 8. I don't have hammer. I'm up 3. My opponent's sitting 2. I think I have to deal with this top rock here. I mean, I think... ooh, it's hard to get this double, though, isn't it? Because you bring this high yellow in for any contact on shot rock right now, and I think that high yellow is going to roll right onto your back left red. I think they're happy with nose here. Actually, would make getting 2 pretty hard. So I like nose here if I'm red on sheet 2. Looks like that's pretty much what they're going to get. Great throw. Rolled over quite a bit. All right, so yellow's got the opportunity here to go ahead and take 2. They're going to draw. That's fun, though. I mean, on sheet 2, we've had a really fun 5th and 6th there. I bet both teams will enjoy watching that back. Probably more so the teams that scored. Did we just get a timeout over on sheet 1, I think? Let's see what that is about. Got a timekeeper coming out to talk. Maybe somebody's clock was accidentally run. We'll see. Sheet 2. The important Hammerstone is underway. Pretty much want a straight draw to the button. That's close. That's close. I think they got it. Oh, man. So close. Not quite. 1 yellow. It's a tough one not to get if you're yellow, but, you know, the score is still pretty close. So after 6 ends, over on sheet 2, got Team Browse with the Red Rocks. Get Hammer back. They're going to be up by 2 with 2 ends to go. Our previous draw did have an extra end, though, so you never know. Both these games are fairly close. Sheet 1 looks like they sorted out whatever their question was. We are back to curling. Sheet 1, Janice Langanke is going to go ahead and remove this yellow stone sitting shot rock. She does not have hammer. She does have a 3-point lead. Taking that yellow stone out is pretty nice. So, a little outside roll. That's fine. Ruby is going to draw under her guard. I might call the freeze, actually, now that there's 2 reds over there. Yeah, I kind of like freezing on this red there, too. That's what they're going to do over on sheet 1. First rock's underway in the 7th end over here on sheet 2. Looks like a guard that's going to drift a little bit in the house. That's really good if you're red, so you don't mind maintaining your lead. Kind of trading a bunch of hits and going for your skips deuce at the end. Control down is the call in sheet 2. Sheet 1, it's kind of big, so it's going to roll open. Janice is going to have her middle player, Jaspreet, go ahead and hit this yellow out. Over on sheet 1, Willow's first attempt at a guard went a little deep. You really want to guard here. Second try. We get a great, nice, a really good looking center guard. Good shot. Back in sheet 1, looks like we're going to have the same call. The same but better, as some skips will say. Draw down, freeze on top of the shot rock back behind tee. We're trying to come around here on sheet 2 by the hammer team with the red rock. Looks like that cut quite a bit, so they're going to be on this yellow. But it's not a tick rule violation because yellow was maybe an inch off of center line. I think we're going to see either promote or a split here in sheet 2. We're trying to steal, so, not attacking that red rock that's sitting second shot is viable. I like this call. The split's good. Promote's good. Even the guard's not bad. Probably Hines good. Did I just hear back 12, though? Probably really want the split then. We're going to get that through. Well, I think that yellow rock's about to disappear on sheet 2. Didn't quite get the freeze over there on sheet 1 as we proceed to skip rocks. For the draw under, but it looks a little, is it big? No, it's pretty good. I agree with the sweep on sheet 1, trying to get it a little bit more buried. Interesting result there on sheet 2. They didn't quite get rid of that yellow. Not the end of the world, though. So yellow's going to go ahead and tap this on sheet 2. Split. Yeah, it got a little buried. Which rock is red going to attack first? We're going to go ahead and go for shot rock. On sheet 1, we've got Linda's yellow 7 underway without hammer. Oh, this flash on sheet 1 would be really, really rough. No, it's going to find enough. It is going to roll open, so Janice is going to get rid of that. Temptation might be to draw top 4 behind cover on sheet 1, but I think you get rid of this rock and you see if your opponent leaves the next one open, and then it's pretty much handshakes. So I like this call on sheet 1. I'm not saying yellow's out of it. Yellow could still draw down on top of shot rock right now with their next one, but I like removing it. Big flash on 2. Keeps yellow in it. Pretty decent result with the kind of offset stuff here. Still plenty of room on sheet 2 for red to hit and roll under, though. Nice carve sweep on sheet 1. They're going to get plenty. They're fine losing the shooter. And really pressure Linda with her steel team yellow 8 rock here. She really needs to come either full buried to top 4, or she needs to come right down to that red shot rock. We got a hit over on sheet 2 coming in. Shooter's going to roll out a bit. I think they wanted the inside roll there, but taking an opposing stone off is nice when it's your hammer. Big opportunity here on sheet 2 for Napolitano to draw under. And a very important rock on sheet 1. Again, this is the yellow 8 thrown by Linda Carubia. This can't sit open wherever it goes. Petranis is just going to try to pick it out and take 4. Sweepers are fully off of it. Ooh, and they're behind it. Seems they really want it to slow down. Oh, it's going to be a little big. So, I think we might see handshakes over there on sheet 1. Or maybe we'll start to play the end, but score is 8-2. Sorry, I had their hammer wrong when I was talking back there. On 1. Decent half-buried draw here. So switch the action purely to sheet 2. Red would love to get the inside roll here. Maybe the outside roll. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. They got all of the full downside, unfortunately, for him. Warmer was also surprised by that outcome. Definitely one of those. We'll throw it down this lane and we'll definitely hit something, right? Seeing some encouragement to shake on sheet 1 from the yellow side, but I think we're going to at least throw some rocks. Let's see. Big rock for yellow here. 7th end. Sheet 2. Yellow 7. Couple of nice places to put this. I'd love it to just be touching center line. Like top 4. It's kind of Christmas tree it a little bit between the rest of mine. Big high 5. Nice guard. Sheet 1, we got a throw through, we got a center guard. Sheet 2, or I think are they trying to just cross the face here? Roll underneath. One shot rock. Let's see what they're going for.
All the way, guys. You got it. You got it. You got it.
It's nice. Really good shot. Great shot. It's going to be hard to remove. A lot of fist bumps there. Both sets of sweepers, I think, celebrating correctly after those last 2 shots. Pretty big makes from both sides. So if you're yellow on sheet 2, it's your last rock at the end. You don't have hammer. You're sitting 1. Down by 2. I think you're just going to close the door to this, right? I don't see many other options. Red is going to have a chance here to run that center line yellow 8-foot shot into that stacked red yellow though. I like the call here though. Let's protect the easy side and make him throw the hard side. Good shot. Really nice. Good shot. You could go for either really. Let's see what red likes better. I mean, would you throw this away? I don't think so. I think I'd try to get it. I mean, you could run either yellow into it, right? From either side? It's not easy, but you could. That's the question in the warm room. Is it possible to squeeze your red out? Oh, yeah, I guess it's not really stacked, is it? Commentary in the warm room is this worth throwing, considering that these rocks are not locked onto each other? Pretty fair assessment. How are we doing on time, though? Ah, they're fine. Look at the time clock right now on sheet 2. Red's got a little under 8 minutes left. Yellow's got about 5 minutes left. Well, here we go. Sheet 2. We are throwing through, it sounds like. Is this a throw through? Yeah. All right, so they will allow the steal of 1, which, I mean, yellow was locked in there pretty nicely. And we are going to see an 8th end here as we play them back to the glass on sheet 2. We did have handshakes over on sheet 1. Over on sheet 1, Langenki was victorious over Karupia. As I switch browser windows and shut that stream down. Okay. Sheet 2 last end. Should be exciting. Yellow's really going to want that center guard. Jim, I appreciate you. I just saw your comment about that triple. Jim, maybe at some point I'm going to jump out of an airplane with you. It's still on my to-do list. Great center guard. Red initially called for just a rock, kind of open in the 12-foot, but they're going to go ahead and draw in now. This always makes me nervous when I'm the hammer team. As soon as you commit to, drawing under, then it's like, okay, first one to get locked in. But both teams have been throwing really well tonight. We've had some really fun houses to watch. When you got high accuracy, you make your choices accordingly. A little big, but nice center. So yellow's going to not opt to throw into the guard here. They're actually going to go ahead and bring one in. Can't wait to see how this house looks after the front end is thrown on both teams. All of our opening shots are looking pretty good. It's hanging out. I like this call. It's not like that red in the back of the house is doing them any big favors for, late end here. Might as well hit this now. But jams it jams. Still behind tee. Better than where it is. Oh, it's on the guard. We're going to see that put back, I think. Oh, yeah, that's true. You always want to ask, would you like to put it back? I'm not good at that. I immediately start moving stuff. Great heads-up call, though, from one of the sweepers there. Wait, ask. Good call. Good caroling. Jim, how many jumps have you done at this point, man? I feel like that number's well over 1,000. So Yellow's going to bring another one in. I like this call. Oh, it's going to curl well pretty nicely, too. Is it going to over curl? Little, but I'm not mad at it. I mean, that's nice. So if you're red, do you just throw the slash here? Oh yeah, you just clear this card, of course. Don't get tempted to play a run back. You want it going. Oh, I get the run back. Not a great result for red there. Still leaves that center guard looming later. A lot of good depth here for yellow. Top 8 is the call. It's pretty nice. Good shot. Red with the clear. Definitely advantage yellow right now until maybe red can clear 2 guards. At least, okay, they roll a shooter off. It's nice. Yellow's just going to keep protecting these lines, keep those guards away from each other. All those both sound pretty good to me. At least the line. Great shot. Pretty good for this field team here. 2,300 jumps. Awesome, dude. Viewers. You've seen a good one. On the guard. Oh, but unfortunately doesn't really move the guard away. That's always a tough 50-50. You always want to hold out hope that somehow your inside sweeper is going to hold it there when really you're like, I should have carved it. But yellow really has to still set a good guard here. If they leave this open, I mean, it's a big chance for red. Oh, 6 rock. The other interesting thing there, too, is that yellow guard is just now a biter, too. In the 1-point game, you never know how that factors in. Good shot. Really nice. Wow, great shot. Politano's playing this end really well. I mean, I can't even recall if they've missed one, but if they have, it's been a pro side miss for sure. Red's got plenty of time clock. They have about 5:10 left on the clock here, so probably a good time to stop and look at all these angles. Think about all your plan Bs, plan Cs. Politano and yellow, they have 3.5 minutes left, so I don't think we're going to see any violations here with only 5 rocks left. Good pace of play from both teams. Thanks again to our volunteers here on the clocks and the bar. I'm guessing from the sheet in front of me this is Kritkowski, the red 6. Kind of a big ask up for her. Though really she could take 2 guards here and roll the shooter. It's a bunch of good angles. Run back, nose. Oh, it doesn't change it though. I mean, if I'm yellow, I think I'm just kind of drawn somewhere between second shot rock and that red guard. I mean, you can get on top of that red guard too. Freeze on top of it, get between it. One thing you don't want to do with this rock is accidentally open up that red guard. Yeah, as long as his lane isn't open, I mean, it's whatever the result of this is probably fine. Big smile as your sweepers tell her really nice. Yellow 7 from Politano. A little bit of mock frustration from one of the sweepers there. Entertaining. All right. Huge run back. Oh, man. Bunch of interesting contact angles. mean, you could get a carom off that biter. You could get a double and roll out. Throw it nose. See what red got here. Oh, big weight, that's for sure. Oh, an on and an on off and an on is good. Oh, okay. Pretty effective though. A lot of oohs and ahs from the warm rim crowd here, but it did, remove some rocks. Forces yellow to put this up correctly. I feel like another fun question to ask here is, would you bring this in? Because, let's say they do cover this side. Red's going to heavy draw from the other side, right? Come down to shot rock. You don't have to move it very far for the win. No, that'd be the tie, though. Yeah. It's going to be a tough shot for red either way. But great end from yellow here. I think all of us in the on YouTube watching this are happy we don't have to throw this upcoming red hammer. Great shot. Nice shot from Palatano. I mean, really, all of their shots this end have been terrific. All right. Yeah, they've got 3.5 minutes. Warm rim take is that the most likely happy make here would be just to push shot rock through and play for the extra. Did she flip that? She may have flipped on the release. Tough shot all the same. Big carve sweep. Big carve. Big carve. Oh, what a steal. Wow. Congratulations to Team Palatano. I'll tell you that the last bunch of ends are really, really fun to watch. Congrats to both teams for a pretty good game there for the audience. As a reminder, we will kick things off tomorrow with draws 6, 7, and 8 at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. But for now, I'll get these streams closed. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope it was entertaining. Great games. Good night, everybody.